everyone, I'm Lizzie, teaching Pilates for Go Fitness. So today we're going to have a Pilates session. We are going to warm up first, then we'll go into some balance, and then we'll go into our main exercises. The focus today is going to be on the legs, so there'll be a lot of thigh and glute work. So enjoy that. Okay, let's get warmed up. Make sure your shoes and socks are off to start with, and have some water nearby if you need it. So we're going to get our neutral posture first of all. So your feet are hip width apart, your knees are slightly soft, you're pulling up through your spine, you're pulling up to the ceiling. Imagine there's a piece of string attached to the top of your head, just pulling you up. Your shoulders are round and down, so nice and relaxed, and you're just pulling up. Your chin and chest are high. Make sure you lock your core on, so remember we're aiming to keep our core activated by about 50% throughout the whole class, okay? So you will let go of it, just make sure that you keep pulling it in again, okay? So, just while we're there, just start warming up the shoulders, so you're just going to go into backward shoulder rolls. That's it, we hear lots of cracking and crunching. Then we're going forwards. Last one, and then we're going to go into short arm circles, okay? So elbow circles backwards. Remember, keep your core pulled in, everything's locked on, just coming backwards and then forwards. That's it, try and go through that whole range of motion. So this is called circumduction. This is what happens at the shoulder joints among other movements. So all the way through. Last one of those, and then we're going to go into long arm circles. So try and brush those ears on the way back. So those arms are coming up. Brush past those ears, really, really stretch out, push back. That's it, keep going. Stretching out as much as you can. Good, try and keep your stomach pulled in. Make sure you don't arch your back. That's it, and then forwards. Good, really, really pushing back into that whole stretch, so get those arms really wide. Brush past those ears. Keep your core locked on. That's it, one more. Good, lovely. Now keep your hands at chest height, and you're just going to pull back on one side as if you were releasing an arrow, and then you're coming back to centre. So keep your pelvis facing forwards. You're just pushing back and back to centre. So from the side, arms are at chest height. Just looking one way, and then to the opposite side. Keep your core nice and strong. So keep going. Just warming up your spine. That's it. One more each side. Make sure you don't knock your knees. Good, and relax. So now let's warm up the pelvis. So again, make sure your feet are hip width apart. So you're just going to push forwards, then out to the side, all the way back to the opposite side, and then back to the front. So you're really, really pushing it into each range of motion. Coming forwards, to the side, back round. Should feel nice pulling your hamstrings as you do that. So one more to that side, push back, to the other side, and to the front. So from there, change direction, to the side, pushing back to the opposite side, and forwards. Keep going. That's it, really, really push into each part of the movement. That's it, and then one more to the side, pushing back. Try and make it one flowing movement. And then back up to centre. Okay, so make sure your weight is distributed evenly between both your feet, and you're just going to start walking through the feet now, just to warm up the lower body, get those calves warmed up. Remember, your shoulders are still back, your tummy's still pulled in. If you were wearing a belt and you had 10 notches on the belt, if you pulled that belt right in up to the 10th notch, that would be a 100% contraction in an ideal world. I want you to aim for 50%, okay? So imagine that you're doing up that belt and you're only going to the 5th notch. So you're going halfway, flattening your stomach in, and that is the feeling that you're going for. So whenever I say pull your tummy in, that's what I mean. Okay, give yourselves a little shake out, all nice and warm. Okay, let's go into our balance. So, just a quick recap on posture. Feet are hip width apart, your knees are slightly soft so they're not locked. Slightly soft, pulling up through the spine, shoulders are round and down, chin and chest are high, and your core is locked on. Okay, so let's go into our double leg posture. If you do it on the mat, it's actually harder because you're off balance to start with. If that's too much for you, then go on to solid ground and you can build up to it. So, just to start with, we're just going to come up onto our toes and hold. So try and get your balance. Find something to focus on. Really pull your core in. This is crucial for these exercises. It makes quite a difference. That's it. And then slowly coming down. Okay, so you're coming up again. Come up to the ceiling. That's it. You're pulling up nice and high. Get your balance. Hold for about 10 seconds whilst you're up there. And then slowly coming back down again. Okay, keep going. So you're breathing in to prepare for the exercises. You're breathing out as you go into them, as you execute them. So pulling up. Keep everything in line. Keep those shoulders back. Try not to tense. That's it. Hold for your 10 seconds. And then slowly coming down. If you've got the hang of that and want to take it up a level, bring your arms out to the side. You want your palms facing upwards. So breathing in, activate your core, and then as you breathe out, you're just pulling up again to the ceiling, coming up onto those toes. Get your balance. Keep holding that position. And then slowly coming back down again. Okay, and again, so you're coming up onto your toes. If you don't want to use your arms, that's fine. You can keep them down by your sides, but do challenge yourselves. So bring those arms up. You're on your toes, holding, and then you're slowly coming back down again. Okay, so from there, if that's getting too easy for you, the next step is coming up onto the toes and bring those arms up above you. So you're pulling away to the ceiling, or pushing your arms away really to the ceiling. So you're up on your toes, you're holding that position, really activate your core, and then you're slowly coming down. Okay, and again, so breath in, pulling your core, breathing out, coming up onto the toes, hands are coming up towards the ceiling. Keep your balance. I'm losing mine. I've done this a bit much this week. That's it. Should be a pro. That's it. Stay up there. Relax your shoulders. So it's quite easy to bring your shoulders right up to your ears. Try and pull them down. Keep them relaxed, but keep your arms up. That's it. And then slowly coming down. Bring those arms down. So we'll do one more of those. So big breath in, breathing out. Bring the arms up, come up onto the toes. Get your balance. Find something to focus on. Keep holding. Good. And then slowly coming down. Excellent, bring your arms down. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Right, last time through, for those of you that are stuck at one stage, For these next couple, I want you to go to the next stage. So whether it's the arms out to the side or arms up above you, or this following exercise, that's what I want you to do. So, big breath in, activate your core. Coming up, onto your toes, hold that position. Now keeping your heels off the floor, you're going to slowly bend your knees and you're going to come down into a skier position. Okay, arms are going behind you, coming back forwards, coming up. Make sure you stay up on those toes. Pull up to the ceiling and then go again. So holding that position, you're still on your toes, ideally. Come down to your skier. Make sure your knees don't go out to the side. You're a bit wayward today. That's it. Pulling up to the ceiling, drop the shoulders, stay up on those toes. That's it. Going to go again. Coming down into that skiing position, arms behind you. Coming back up. We'll do one more, okay? Stay up on those toes. Big breath in as you breathe out, just coming down into your skiing position. Heels still off the ground. Legs should be shaking now. And then you're coming back up. Stay up, push to the ceiling. And then slowly, slowly coming back down. Brilliant, good. So you should feel those a little bit. Okay, whilst we're here, if you take a wide squat position, you might actually do this on the floor. Personal preference. So, take a wide squat position. Really, really make sure that your toes stay on the floor for this. The weight needs to go through your heels, but you also want some of it coming through your toes as well. Okay, so you're just going to come down into a squat position. So chest is high, head is high, knees are pushing outwards, as if you're trying to drill your feet into the ground. So you're just going to hold that position. Remember, you're keeping your core pulled in, shoulders around and down, your hands can be behind you, they can be in front of you. Try and go low if you can. That's it, keep holding. Keep breathing. And then slowly, slowly coming back up. I'm going to go down again. Coming down. Push those knees out. Relax those shoulders. Keep those toes on the ground. Come lower if you can. So push your shoulders back. Keep your core activated. So it's slowly, slowly coming up. And then last time through, big breath in. Slowly breathing out as you come down, pushing your knees back, keep those feet drilled into the floor, really get your balance. Core's locked on, shoulders are back, chin and chest are high. That's it, good. And slowly coming up. Okay, from there we're going to go down into a stretch. So put your hands on your knees, you can have your fingers facing inwards, and then you're just going to push one knee away and just turn and look over that opposite shoulder. Get a little rotation through your back. Coming back up to centre, changing sides, so push that knee back, turn and look over the other shoulder. Back to centre. It's going to drop down so those elbows are on the knees, and then you're just going to push your knees backwards. So you're using your forearms just to really open your legs. Push those knees backwards. Should get a really good stretch through your adductor muscles, which are your inner thigh. So keep breathing. That's it. Slowly release. Come out of there. Have a little shake if you need to. We're going to do that stretch one more time. So you're coming back down, forearms are on your knees, and you're just pushing out to the side. So really, really opening up through that pelvis, through your groin. That's it. Good stretch. Lovely. And slowly, slowly coming out of that. Okay, so grab your mats. Coming down onto your hands and knees. Hopefully you can see me. So onto your hands and knees. Okay, you want your wrists in line with your elbows, in line with your shoulders, okay? And then you want your knees directly underneath your hips. So your arms are shoulder width apart, your knees are hip width apart, okay? From here, we have two positions. So we can either arch the back like this, which obviously isn't very good because you're not using your abs, or you can arch your back like this. So we don't want either of those. We don't want that or that. But just play around, just work between the two extremes of motion, just to find somewhere in the middle. And that is your neutral spine in this position. Okay, so once you've found that, you're really, really going to activate your core. So pull your stomach into that 50%. And we'll just work with the legs today. So you're going to straighten one leg. The intention of this exercise throughout everything that we do is to make sure your pelvis doesn't rotate. So try and keep your pelvis facing forwards or facing to the floor. And we're just going to go into our leg raises. So you don't have to go too high. Make sure that you're focused on a point just in front of your hands. So nice and slow, so you're just coming up and back down again. Really, really keep the tummy pulled in. That's it. And make sure you don't twist through your pelvis. If it helps, which I think it might help some of you, imagine that you've got a glass of wine on your back and you don't want to spill it. So your back is staying nice and static. You're not twisting to open up. You're just coming up. And you're not going too high with that leg. Very controlled movement. From there, we're going to bend that knee forward and then come up. So you bring it into the chest and then back up. So remember, keep your tummy pulled in, hips stay facing forwards or facing down, and don't let that wine glass fall off. That's it, keep going. So 3 more. That's it, well done, last one. Good. So from there, we're going to hold our leg up and we're going to pulse. Okay? So you're just pulsing. Keep your core activated. Make sure you don't lock your elbows. Keep breathing. That's it, keep pulsing. You should feel it start to burn a bit now. Good. So from there, static the legs, still the leg, and then you're going to go into a straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Okay, again, don't rotate the hip. Everything stays nice and straight. Keep that core nice and strong. We'll do 3 more. Last one. Keep the leg up, then you're going to bring it behind the other leg and then back up. So behind the other leg and back up. Try and relax your shoulders. Good, well done. Good. 2 more. Lovely. Straighten the leg and bring back in. You can sit back into child's pose if you need a little break. So just lengthen those hands out in front of you. Sit back on your heels Drop your head to the floor. Let's have a little stretch out of those shoulders. You can also take the weight over to one side. So because in this video I've been working my left hand side, so my stabilising leg, I'm just going to take my bum over to that side and just get a little stretch in the glutes. Okay, so now we get to do the other side. So hands underneath your shoulders, make sure your knees are hip width apart. Remember, we're not dropping down, we're not arching up. You're in the middle, your core is pulled in, and then when you're ready to go, take a nice deep breath in, and then we're just going to start with your leg raises. So keep everything nice and straight, you don't need to go too high. So you're just going up and back down. That's it, keep going. Do 3 more of those. Keep breathing. That's it, good. So this time we're coming into the chest and then we're coming back up. So we're coming into the chest, back up. Keep that core strong. Try not to drop the head. So head should be in line with the back. That's it, pushing up, well done. So 4 more, I think. My counting's horrendous. If we end up doing more, it's only a good thing though, right? That's it, 1 more. Then straighten and bend. Go into our straighten and bend. That's it. Good. Stay nice and strong, keep that core strong, stick with it. You might be feeling it now. So it's 3 more of these. Remember, don't lock those elbows. Good. Then into our pulse. So you're just going to pulse that foot towards the ceiling. Keep your core nice and strong. Good, keep pulsing. And then from there, we're going to go into our cross over the leg, okay? So you're pushing up, then you're crossing over, and then back up. Okay, so coming over and back up. Again, keep your core strong. Don't give up on your posture just because we're getting to the end. That's it. Push up. Good. 2 more. Last one. Legs might be shaking a bit now. Straighten that leg and then you're bringing it down to meet the other leg. So come down into your child's pose. Hands are out in front of you. Really stretch out the front of your chest. So now you might be feeling, to be fair, you're probably feeling the burn in both sides, but take that weight over to your stabilising leg. So you're leaning into it and it will just stretch through the outer thigh. Good, and then if you need to, you can do the other side. Just to release. Good. So from there, let's go into a glute stretch. So choose your glute stretch of choice. We can either have straight leg, we're very familiar with this one. Cross your opposite leg over. Hug your knee into your chest and just sit upright. Should feel a good pull all the way down the back of the thigh and the side of the leg. If you want to change it up a bit, then you can bend your legs, cross one ankle onto the knee, and then bring your bottom towards that heel, and you should again feel a good stretch in the same place. Really push yourself forward towards that leg. And then if that one doesn't work for you, you can come down onto your back, both knees bent, cross one ankle over onto the knee, so it's the same as the sitting, and then you're just pulling that leg towards you. And you can use your elbow, if you're flexible enough, just to push that knee outwards, and you'll get more of a stretch. So relax into there. Good. And then changing sides, slowly release. Cross the ankle over onto the knee, if you're in the seated or lying down version of this. And then you're just pulling in towards you and using your elbow just to push that knee back. That's it, really hold that stretch. Keep going. Remember, if that stretch doesn't work for you, you can also do, as we were, also do this one. Really hug that knee into the chest. Lovely. And relax. Okay, so from there we'll do a little quick blast onto the glutes again. So coming down into your shoulder bridge or hip bridge position, as you may know it. So you're lying on your back, your arms are out to the side in a crucifix position. Again, if you think about what your pelvis is doing, you can either have your back arched off the floor, so you'll be able to get your hands underneath it, or if you flatten it in the opposite direction and crush your spine into the floor, that's working your abs a lot. So what we want, again, like we did with the hands and knees, is you want a position in the middle, so you're not too flat and you're not arched and unprotected. So just work, tilt your pelvis backwards and forwards until you find the central position. Bring your arms back to the crucifix position. Your knees are hip width apart. The closer you have your feet towards your bottom, the easier it is. The further away, the harder it is. So work within your own boundaries. So the basic movement is you're going to take a big breath in, activate your core, so pull your tummy into 50%, and you're just going to tilt your pelvis towards your head. So you're tilting in a backwards motion, if you like. So you're coming up onto your shoulders, you're pushing through your feet, and your hips are as high as you can get them. So you're holding that position, your arms and shoulders should be relaxed, your head should be relaxed. Most of the way it's going through your glutes and a little bit through your hamstrings. So you can take a big breath in, and then slowly breathing out just to lower your spine back down to the ground, each vertebra individually. So slowly, slowly, really hold on to that core, especially at the last moment, and then relax. Okay, so we're going to go again. So big breath in, slowly breathing out, just tilt your pelvis towards your head, and you'll just bring your hips up. Make sure your knees stay stable. So you don't want them flaring out to the side, you don't want them all over the place, you want them solid and grounded. Same with your pelvis. Imagine that you've got two headlights on the bony bits of your pelvis. They're shining on the ceiling, you do not want them moving, okay? They are nice and static and solid. So push up. Keep breathing whilst you're up here. Remember to relax the shoulders. Breathing in to prepare, and then slowly breathing out to come back down. Remember that you're lowering each vertebra individually down to the ground. That's it, really hold on to the last moment, and then back down. Okay, if you want to stick with this, that's absolutely fine. If you do want to progress it, I'll show you the next step. So big breath in, slowly breathing out, tilt the pelvis towards the head. You're slowly coming up. That's it, nice and high. So you're now, again, remember that you've got your headlights on your pelvis, you're keeping that facing the ceiling. That's not going to move. You're now going to lift one leg and bring that knee to the chest. So you're going to keep that position. If you just want to hold like this is absolutely fine. So hold for a few seconds, then you're slowly lowering that leg down. Get your balance, get your posture and your core locked on, and then we're just lifting the other leg, relaxing the shoulders, bringing that knee to the chest, and back down again. Okay, let's go again. Let's try and stay up in between. So nice and high, bringing the knee in, staying nice and solid. Slowly, slowly back down again. And again, last time, bring that knee in. Breathe out as you lower the leg. So keep that pelvis nice and high. Keep holding and then slowly, slowly breathing out when you're ready to come back down. So each vertebra, each knobbly bit in your spine lowers down individually to the ground. Try and keep your legs as stable as possible. Okay, we'll do that one more time. Big breath in, slowly breathing out. Raise your pelvis off the floor. Pushing up nice and high. Stay at this level if you want to, and you can keep going upwards and downwards. Otherwise, you're going to raise one knee to your chest. Going to hold. And slowly lower. Make sure your knees stay nice and stable. Keep that pelvis upwards, don't let it drop either side. And you're just going to raise the other leg. Really, really push through this leg. That's it, slowly coming down. Last time on each side. Again, keep your pelvis high, reset if you need to. Push up, relax the shoulders, activate your core. Bringing that knee up. That's it, hold. And back down again. Nice and controlled. And then over onto the other side, so keep the pelvis up. Pull in really tight. Bring that knee to your chest. Keep holding. And slowly back down. That's it. Pushing up, making sure you're still nice and high. Big breath in, and then slowly breathing out just to release your spine back to the ground. Good. And relax. So from there, bring one knee in, bring the other knee in. Just hug those knees together and just rock gently from side to side. Just to mobilise that back and just loosen it off. You can also do little circles, so you can go one way, or you can go the other way, or both even. Oh, I've got a zip right on my bony bit. That's it. Good, really loosen off that back. Good. Okay, so we're going to finish with a hamstring stretch. So, whilst you're lying down, let's do a nice relaxing one. Have one leg bent, Just going to straighten the opposite leg. Put your hands behind your knee, or if you can, onto your calf, or higher if you can. And you're just going to pull that leg in towards you until you feel a pull down the back of that thigh. So that's your hamstring. So you're just going to hold that stretch. Relax the rest of your body. You take a nice deep breath in and then slowly breathing out just to take it a little further. Make sure your foot stays relaxed as well, your toes. Good. And then easing off, and then changing sides. We're going to straighten the other leg, keep this one bent. It's going to pull towards you. Doesn't matter if you're up here, as long as you can feel a stretch through the back of your thigh. So you're just going to pull that leg in towards you. Keep those toes relaxed. Take a big breath in, and then slowly breathing out just to bring that leg closer to you. Good. And slowly easing off. Coming up, just come into straddle, just to quickly finish off. So last time we're just going to take your chest down to one side, so reach up to the ceiling first, and then you're just coming down over to one side. Keep that leg relaxed. Make sure your knee is as flat to the floor as you can get it. Again, you should feel that pulling down the back of your leg, and you're aiming to get your belly button to your thigh. So you're not curving your back to get the stretch, you're coming down with a flat back. Coming up from there, coming up to the centre. Two ways of doing this. You can either pull up to the ceiling first and then come down into the centre and walk your hands away. So this will give you a good stretch through your inner thigh. If you want to accentuate it, then you can bring your hands into it and you're just pushing your ankles away, rotating your legs outwards, so your feet outwards. Instead of coming inwards, they're going outwards, and you're just trying to get your belly button again to the floor. Relax your legs. So it's slowly coming out of that one. And then finally, just go back to the other side. So arms are up, stretch up to the ceiling, and then you're just coming down over onto that other thigh. Remember, you're not curving your back. It sort of looks like I am from that bit, but you're coming down from your pelvis, so your belly button is coming to your foot. You're not punching in on yourself. So you're coming down. Relax the legs. And then slowly coming back up. Give your legs a little shake. Bring them back into the centre. Give them a little shake again as well. And then coming up to standing. And then just to finish off, just bring those arms up above your head. Really, really stretch out so you can stretch. Push your left arm up. Stretch that side. And then push your right arm. A really good stretch through everything. And then back to the centre. And relax. Excellent, well done. Any problems, any feedback, anything you'd like to know, give me a shout. And I will see you all again very soon. Well done.